Hello, everyone, and welcome to another session. Today, we're going to be looking at verbs. And as always, we are going to be keeping these lessons nice and easy. Today, you will define verbs, identify verbs, use verbs in sentences. At this point, I want you to observe the picture that is on the screen. What do you see in the picture? You can always pause the video and look at the picture. Just look at the picture. What is a verb? A verb is a word or a combination of words that tells of an action. Keep in mind that verbs belong to a family called parts of speech. Now here we have another picture. When you look at the picture, what actions come to mind? What are you thinking about when you look at the picture? This picture has a lot of actions taking place. What are you thinking about when you look at this picture? Remember that a verb is a word that tells an action, or it can be a combination of words that express an action. Let us select the action words from among the words listed below. You can read what's on the screen, but I'll read it for you as well. Going straight across, bring, act, talk, whisper, because, into, nothing, swallow, exhale. Flipped, select, plastic, pandemic, pedal, slide, riddle, assort, juxtapose. Here are some examples of verbs in sentences. Again, you can read what's on the screen, but I'll read it for you. This is just to help you. Max breathed his final breath after lunch yesterday. Quick, squash that bug. I will compress the heartache if I confess my emotions. As COVID-19 spirals out of control, world governments join hearts to find solutions. If citizens continue to disobey the rules, the nations will suffer. You came in suddenly and frightened me. Now, here's a little challenge for you. I want you to challenge yourself. We know that verbs are words that tell action, but there are sometimes we have verbs that are obviously action words, but you cannot see exactly what the action is. You can't see the act of the verb. I want you to think about some verbs that may fall into this category. And in another lesson, we are going to be looking at specifically at verbs of this nature. Though coming up shortly, we have some of that hidden within the sentences for you to find. Can you remember the list of verbs that you had to make earlier? You are to find 10 verbs in 20 seconds. So now you have the opportunity to use those verbs in the sentences below. Sentence number 1, fill something on my refrigerator like a madman. 2, we were asked to something until midnight. 3, never again will I ever something your dog. 4, please something the phone that's on the shelf. 5, is it possible that I something with you? 6, whenever I something, at my shadow I something. So let's recap. Verbs are words that tell actions. They're part of a family called parts of speech. Some verbs, you do not see the actual action, but it still is considered a verb. It's that simple. So now you know what verbs are. I hope you've learned something. Goodbye for now. His